it more. You may be surprised and have your heartstrings tugged.
It's not your fault.
Nothing happened, bro.
It's not your fault.
Nothing happened.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
Chips. Chips was released on March 24th, 2017, and it seemed like there was massive amounts of promotion for this movie, starring Michael Pena and Dax Shepard. This comedy is about a rookie officer who's teamed up with a hardened pro for the California Highway Patrol. The two end up clashing more than clicking. Eventually, the rookie learns that his partner is an undercover Fed investigating a heist that may involve some crooked cops. The film had a budget of $25 million and only made $18 million in the box office, making this another movie of 2017 that didn't do so hot. Chip happens though, right? The movie itself is sure to get some laughs out of you and goes at a steady pace. Pena and Shepard both do a good job of portraying their characters and poke fun at themselves in the genre. There probably won't be a sequel since the movie didn't make budget. It is an entertaining cop buddy flick, and if you're just looking for a laugh, then you should check it out. A lot of the jokes are unexpected and delivered in a deadpan way, which makes them successful. If you keep your expectations for this film low, you may end up being surprised.
Wes. Player Expo's in Indianapolis this weekend.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. The latest movie in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid franchise is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul, which was released on May 19th, 2017. Simply put, this is a very bad movie. While it did lose money at the box office, it was roughly $2 million, which isn't as bad as some of the other movies that came out this year. This is the first film in the franchise that featured an all-new cast, which is one reason it's not very good. The movie centers on the Heffley family taking a road trip to attend Mima's 90th birthday party. It goes off course, all thanks to Greg's plan to go to a video game convention. It turns into an adventure the family won't forget, but you probably will. The movie as a whole is very predictable. The dialogue, action, and there are repetitive jokes from the past, and the cast has no chemistry. It's a very boring movie to watch, so if you enjoy the other movies, don't bother sitting through this one. The original cast is greatly missed, as they had great interaction, charm, and made the first three films very good. As of right now, no more movies are set to be made.
How do I explain this so that you people understand?
You people? You people? Oh, you don't get to say that. You're just damn.
Baywatch. If you were a fan of the Baywatch television series, you may have been excited to hear that a movie was going to be made, which was released May 25th, 2017. It had a good cast, led by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Zac Efron. The Rock plays devoted lifeguard Mitch Buchanan, who butts heads with brash new recruit Zac Efron as they uncover a criminal plot that threatens the future of the Bay. After all the promotions and hype, the movie fell short. It ended up losing roughly $11 million. The marketing of shirtless Johnson and Efron apparently didn't work as well as they thought. The film has had mixed reviews, and it is a personal preference whether or not you like it. There were a lot of laughs to be had and many one-liners. It's not a movie that has a great story, but the acting and comedy are supposed to make up for it. Some of the comedy is cheesy, but that's how it's supposed to be. If you're a fan of This Is the End, The Hangover, and Why Him, you'll probably enjoy the movie. Even if you've never seen the TV show, you're sure to laugh and have a good time. A Cure for Wellness. Released February 17th, 2017, A Cure for Wellness was a movie you really didn't know what to expect from. An ambitious young executive is sent to retrieve his company's CEO from a mysterious wellness center at a remote location in the Swiss Alps, but soon suspects that the treatment may not be what it seems. This is one of the biggest box office flops of the year and made a measly $8 million on a budget of about $40 million. The film is labeled as a drama, fantasy, horror, and seems like it's a mixture of The Shining and Shutter Island. The trailers seem well put together and hint that the movie is going to be the same. The movie starts off well, making good use of the camera with stunning cinematography, and the acting is pretty decent. Most of the potential that is built in the first half declines, and the intriguing story turns silly. You'll most likely love this movie or hate it. It's not for the faint of heart and is geared toward a certain individual. You're most likely going to be let down at the end of the movie and feel gypped after a solid beginning.
Okay, I got a secret. I like country music. No, matter of fact, I love country music.
Power Rangers. There were a lot of people that got nostalgic when news of a brand new Power Rangers was set to be released. The TV series was widely popular from 1993 to 1999, and there wasn't anything else on at the time like it. Kids everywhere were digging it. There were a few other spin-offs after the original show, but they never compared. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie was released in 1995. And that was the last time a Power Rangers movie was released until the newest movie on March 24th, 2017. Unfortunately, it didn't generate the buzz it thought it would and ended up losing about $15 million. The movie is about high school students who are outcast and end up finding an old alien ship that gives them superpowers, then dubbed Power Rangers. They learn that an enemy from the previous generation has returned to exact revenge. The group must work together by harnessing their powers to stop the enemy and save the world. If you're an original fan, it's probably best you stay away from watching this movie. The remake seemed to be tailored for a whole new generation. The actors' performances were very cheesy, the story was bizarre, and there was little fighting, which is not to be expected.
Rory! Hey! Rory, stop! Stop!
Life, released March 24th, 2017, was another movie that received a lot of hype. After all, two Hollywood hunks, Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal, were set to grace the screen. The movie seemed like it could be another space thriller along the lines of Alien and got a lot of people amped up. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to the hype, at least in the box office, losing close to $28 million. The story revolves around a team of scientists aboard the International Space Station that discover a life form that rapidly evolves. Sounds pretty similar to Alien, right? The life form caused extinction on Mars and now threatens the crew and all life on Earth. The film started out strong, but failed to gain any traction and slid further away from reality. There are some very good, big-budget special effects, some decent scares that might make you jump, and squirm-in-your-seat horror. However, this doesn't make up for the fact that the characters were boring and the writing wasn't so hot. In this movie, it seemed like the astronauts and scientists were behaving unconventionally, and everything seemed to be the result of a poor decision, leaving the whole crew at risk. In Alien, it seemed like Ripley and the crew did everything right, yet still fell victim to a horrifying and believable alien.
Remember much. Just fragments, bits and pieces.
What about family?
Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell, starring Scarlett Johansson, was adapted from the Japanese manga and animated movie of the same name. It did not do so well at the box office, losing roughly $70 million. They probably should have tried to make an American version of a Japanese-based story. The story is set in the near future, where Major Motoko Kusanagi, played by Johansson, is cyber-enhanced to be a perfect soldier. She's led to believe that she was saved from a terrible accident and was given her unique abilities. When terrorism reaches a new level and includes the ability to hack into people and control them, Kusanagi is qualified to stop it. The comic and animated movie are extremely good, and the American version does not compare. Although Scarlett Johansson is great, it is a little insulting to the Japanese culture. It would have been nice if they could have found an Asian actress to play the character instead of cutting Johansson's hair and dyeing it black to make her look the part. The film is full of beautiful images, trying to reproduce the atmosphere of the original anime. Dark, depressing, and decaying. And you think the movie will be profound, but it ceases to impress in the long run. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. There was tons of hype surrounding Guy Ritchie's new film, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, starring Charlie Hunnam and Jude Law. Unfortunately, the movie completely bombed. A movie that had a budget of around $175 million and only grossed about $40 million is anything short of exciting. Guy Ritchie is an excellent director, but it seemed like this genre wasn't a good fit for his style and a well-known plot. This is one of the best tales out there, and the movie failed to do it justice. You'll most likely scoff at it if you're a real fan of the folklore of King Arthur, Merlin, Excalibur, etc. You can tell that Ritchie and his other writers, Lionel Rigram and Joby Harold, weren't interested in the original story and were just having fun. A lot of the action sequences were well done, and if you're a fan of other Ritchie movies like Sherlock Holmes, you would be pleased with the style. Also, the witty dialogue helps keep the movie fun. With that being said, the film relies on these two things based on the fact that the acting and story aren't terribly interesting. If you've seen it, what's your take on the film?
Alright, go get yourself cleaned up. Run to mommy. Mommy?
Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets is the new sci-fi adventure film from Luc Besson, the mastermind behind The Fifth Element, Lucy, and The Professional. Besson wrote, directed, and produced Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, which is an adaptation of his favorite French comic book series growing up. Unfortunately, the movie hasn't done so great at the box office after it was widely hyped. The budget was $180 million plus, but so far has only grossed a little over $33 million. It's reputed to be the biggest budget for an indie ever in Europe. Besson started to mull over the idea of creating Valerian when he was still working on The Fifth Element, roughly 20 years ago. Valerian's writer, Jean-Claude Mézières, asked him why he was making a crappy movie and asked why not to do Valerian. Besson hadn't even thought about it because he was already 30 years old, and it was part of his childhood. He pondered, who thinks of making a film about a childhood souvenir? Kudos to Besson for creating a movie on a topic that was reminiscent of his childhood. Unfortunately, audiences haven't seemed too enthusiastic about the project. To spend all that money on a project and have it flop at the box office is a huge disappointment. A lot of these movies definitely did flop at the box office, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're all bad. If you've seen any or all of them, what did you think? What do you think of the list we compiled for you? Also, in case you've been waiting, the answer to the movie emoji from earlier is... well, did you get it right? Please let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out